always brings entertainment value. There's also Dmitry Andreikin I saw in the mix. That's somebody who goes way, way back. He played in the candidates in the past as well. But we have Hans on the screen here, at least an image of him. And I like his opponent's avatar. Right? That just shows how strong and confident Golubovic is. Sorry, I mispronounced the name. And we're off, I guess. I mean, it's funny to see this shield, right, with the logo, but it's Gryffindor all the way from the white side. And in this game, we see his trades on the queen side over there. The white queen is active. And now the players, they're just jockeying for position. This latest move from Hans with the black pieces, maybe the engine doesn't prefer it, but it actually stops some important plans from the white side. So white is expanding over here on the queen side. You see those 3 pawns in a row, and black is just trying to play solid and just watch out, because there is could be a checkmate threat if you're not careful. And that long diagonal bishop and queen lined up, you have to be alert. And we see black stop that.
Yeah, now we just got the picture, because I was going to ask you prior to that. If you see a Gryffindor logo, what would you guess the age?
Oh, I was going to guess young, so I didn't know, but now we see it. And I was going to say, what Gryffindor really wants is 1 point in this game, right? It's all you get in a game of chess. But beating Hans Niemann, that is a really tough task for anybody on the plane, especially when you're outrated here by nearly 600 points.
This young FM is 13 years old. He's got a standard FIDE rating of 23-26.
Kids these days. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just so strong. And in an individual matchup like this, any player can take down a top competitor. And Hans is, he's playing this in the center right now. He's trying to open things up. His latest move of pawn forward was trying to get at this white queen and bishop. That they would be strong together, but they're very clearly opposed. I mean, this is just not going anywhere, because the black bishop is competing for that same diagonal, and bishops usually win stare downs, with enemy queens. So Hans is up on time. His position is starting to improve. He's getting more active. It's looking pretty good for him at the start.
And also, we do find that one of the major problems for these young kids playing against big names is their time usage.
Yeah, you start getting nervous. You don't want to make the wrong move. But then if you're in an even position, but down a minute on the clock, you're going to get flagged.
3.5 minutes left for this 13-year-old from Croatia, whereas Niemann has only spent 34 seconds to begin.
And Hans is showing some good restraint, I would say. It's been very tempting for him from the black side to push one of these 2 pawns, start going after the white king. The white king is quite lonely here. And for everybody at home watching, I mean, you typically need defenders, and you'd prefer to have a bishop where the king is sitting from the white side, because a bishop here would be an amazing piece staring down the diagonal. But unfortunately, a king doesn't do that, and it can become a quick victim to an attack. And you see the latest move from the white side is disapproved of by the engine. Very clear plan now for Hans Niemann. He is going straight for that white king, which is quite open.
And also we see the pace at which Hans plays here. I mean, he's clearly comfortable.
And he should be. He's at home, or maybe he's in Germany. I'm not sure where he is, but that does look like a nice apartment behind him, or hotel room. And we see Gryffindor back on screen, but unfortunately for the youngster with the white pieces, his king is now in grave danger. Don't be rushing this. That's one piece of advice. Many of us would play queen up to h3, trying to deliver a checkmate on the square. The problem is, if you had rushed that move, the white queen would slide back, stopping the checkmate and trying to offer a trade of queens. When you're going for the attack, you prefer to have more pieces on the board. So a queen trade is not what Hans wants, and not just because he's the high-rated player, because that's what the position calls for. But it's objectively winning here for Hans right now. Oof. Everything's falling apart. This is actually just great technique from Hans. Instead of going for the immediate checkmate, many of us, including myself, would have wanted to lift our rook up the board and go for the attack. Hans is saying there's a loose pawn over here. That's a double attack. And if the white queen went away, it went to the right square to defend checkmate. But if the queen defended this pawn, then the black queen would have entered and gone for a mate. So Hans, full board awareness, full clock awareness. He's up so much time, and he doesn't care about measly pawns. I mean, this is beautiful play from the black side. There's going to be a sacrifice at some point for checkmate.
I just got to say, Robert, I so agree with the comment on here from Raul Ismama saying, happy to have Hess. It's brilliant to have you present here in the studio, and it's really good to have you with us for a Title Tuesday round.
I really appreciate that. Title Tuesday is always going to be a throwback for me, because I used to cover it way back when. I used to compete in it, and so I do love the quickest of time controls. Of course, I love the candidates tournament, all that's happening there. I'm not somebody who likes to choose in that way. It's not that I'm a commitment phobe, I'm a married man, but I think that why choose between one or the other when you can be spoiled for choice like we are in this day and age. And I think, speaking of spoiled for choice, but this is just, which piece of sacrifice on G3, I wasn't sure, but Hans is just throwing all his pieces. Oh, this is just over. The king goes to the side. That's a knight fork on G3. The king and queen are hit. If the king steps up, it's walking right into a deadly attack. White just resigned.
But it's so beautiful. That just the attack, it was so controlled, it was so beautiful.
Measured. And that's something that